So here are the algebraic formula for ordinary simple annuity. If you want to find the future value and the present value using the algebraic formula, these are the formula. We have the PMT, that's your payment per period. N is the number of payments. And then I is your periodic interest rate. So I is not nominal interest rate. I is your periodic interest rate. So if you want to use the algebraic method, you're welcome to use the algebraic method. I will only show you the financial calculator methods. So example 2, we have Helena and George are planning to purchase a new plasma TV. If they finance the purchase through the store's financing promotional options, they will pay $74 at the end of each month for 3 years, starting at the first month. Part A, with the store's promotional financing option, what is the cash price of a TV if the interest rate of the loan is 11.7% compounded monthly? So in part A, what we're looking for is the cash price. Cash price is our present value. This is how much money that we need today. So that's why we're solving for the present value. And in the question, we're given that we're making a payment of $74 at the end of each month. So this payment amount is constant, and this is repeated at a regular time interval. So that's why this is our PMT. $74 is the PMT, and the payment is at the end of each month. So that's our PY. And then the interest rate is 11.7% compounded monthly. So 11.7%, that's your IY, compounded monthly. So CY is 12. So again, make sure you know where to get the CY and PY. CY comes from the compounding per year, so that comes from the interest rate, and then PY comes from the payment per year, so that comes from the payments. And then when we have PMT, then our N equals to T times PY, so we have 3 years, so 3 times 12 gives you the 36, that's the number period for N. And then our future value is 0. The reason our future value is 0 is because at the end of 3 years, we'll pay off our debt completely, so we don't owe any more money, so that's why our future value at the end of 3 years is 0. So once we have all these values, then we can solve for present value. So our first step, type in the CY and PY. So second function PY. PY is 12, enter, arrow down to CY, 12, enter. And then you clear at the bottom left corner, and then you type in the N is 36, so 36, N. And then nominal interest rate, 11.7. And then you press IY, and that will set your nominal interest rate to 11.7. And then you have your PMT 74, so 74. PMT, and then you press 0 for future value, and then you compute for PV. That's what we're solving for, present value. So compute PV, you're going to get 2237.60, and that's your present value for part A. Part B, what we're looking for is that if they borrow the money from the bank at 14.1% compounded monthly, the payment would be $67 per month for 3 years. And we're looking for which option is better and by how much. So for part B, we have to create a line of boxes as well. And we're given that we have 14.1% compounded monthly, so CY is 12 compounded monthly, and then IY is nominal interest rate, that's 14.1, that's your nominal interest rate. And now we're given that the payment is $67 per month, so $67 is your PMT, and then PY is 12 because we're making monthly payments, and the payment is for 3 years, so that's why our N equals T times PY because we have payments, so N equals T times PY. So our N equals to 3 times 12, that will give you the 36 for the N. And then future value is 0, so at the end of 3 years, we don't owe any more debt, so future value is 0. And then now we can compute for present value. So same step, second function PY is 12, enter, go down to CY, CY is 12, enter. Once you set the PY and CY, you clear bottom left corner, and then you start typing in the N is 36, so 36, N. And then PMT is $67, so 67 PMT, 0 future value. And then IY is 14.1, so 14.1, and then IY. And then you have 67 for PMT, so 67 PMT, and then 0 for future value. And then you press compute, present value, and then you're going to get 1957.56. And that's your present value for option B. So once we find out the present value for each of them, we would choose the lower purchase price because we're buying. We want to have a lower cost, so we want to pay the least amount. So that's why we're choosing the lower purchase price. So therefore, we'll choose option B. And how much we save is that we save the difference. So when we subtract these two numbers, so when we subtract 2237 with the 1957, you're going to get $280.04. And that's how much money we save.